Welcome back to Shaurya Vivek Defense Academy, and today we have a great news in the house. Today we have with us Joydeep Biswas. He's preparing since 2019, 2018 से तैयारी कर रहे हैं, and finally seventh attempt में he got recommended, and not just recommended, he is joining the academy next month. इनको joining letter भी आ गया है, and I know him from last 2 years when I started स्टडिंग। ये भी तभी साथ में संजय सर के साथ हम सिक्योरिटी कोर्स करते थे फॉर द वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम जब सर कोर्स लाए थे। एंड आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर इफ यू आल्सो जॉयदीप कि वो जब वो कोर्स आया था तो वी हैड नो आइडिया कि ये क्या हो रहा है, ये कैसे हो रहा है ये व्हाट अबाउट दिस। सो डू यू वांट टू शेयर सम इनसाइट्स अबाउट द सिक्योरिटी कोर्स वी स्टार्टेड, जो फर्स्ट सिक्योरिटी कोर्स था?
So I remember the time. I remember the time when we used to go through that security courses in 2019. It was a very new thing, fascinating thing, and new things to learn for us as well. Because a lot of things were happening at that time, I could remember. There was a lot of new things. I just finished my graduation at that time. And these things required new dimensions to uncover and explore uncharted territories as well. So yeah, I could remember the time at that moment.
Yeah, exactly. Even I was just graduated in 2019, and to understand that particular course, it was very difficult in the start कि क्या हो रहा है, कुछ भी समझ नहीं आ रहा है। चलो तो ठीक है। Firstly, I would want you to tell how you feel जब तुमको वो joining letter receive हुआ. I know it was काफी stressful throughout. We were connected on the call, तो काफी stressful रहा होगा कि यार आ नहीं रहा है. Like every time you are refreshing your mailbox. So how was the feeling when you received it?
First of all, I would like to say that I would never want anyone to go through such stresses ever. It was a very stressful situation of post recommendation, I would say. Pre recommendation होना चाहिए, लेकिन post recommendation ज़्यादा stressful लग गया. I could remember there was a lot of tense situation in my house as well. We're really happy that I got selected and gonna join the army, but everyone was so tense because the letter is the final testament of your success.
Exactly.
Until I got the letter, things were really stressed out. Once I got the letter, then I will thank especially all my course-mates for this thing, because those were the times when they stood up with me. I could not name all the 50 or everyone. Everyone was connected. Once I got my joining letter, I connected with them on the online platform, and they were ecstatic. I received a lot of calls from not only the OTA candidates or my OTA course-mates, but from different academies as well. That is the AFA and the INA. So they were so happy. I could remember even I was happy.
So yeah, मतलब I know जो major stress है, it is post recommendation, because तब लगता है कि we have achieved something, paper clear कर लिया, SSB clear कर लिया, medicals clear कर लिए, अब it's the final. जब तक joining letter नहीं आएगा तब तक सब कुछ बेकार है. You will get to zero if that is not there. So yes, I'm really glad that you got it. So I think the key about your recommendation is कि you got recommended in NCC attempt. तो मुझे लगता है that NCC का attempt में recommend होना एक तो सबसे ज़्यादा difficult है. The reason is reporting. I think, what was your reporting in the SSB?
250.
250. 250 reporting, and how many people got screened in?
30.
30. So just see how it is. Just around 11 to 12% has screening ratio, and how many got recommended?
3.
So 250 to 30 to 3. So it is at the end you are not having 2% का भी recommendation rate नहीं है in the forces. So it's very tough when it comes to NCC, क्योंकि I think NCC में ना expectations भी बढ़ जाता है, because you are coming from already a disciplined background, or they expect more from you. So चलो यार, let us share your experience starting from your screening process, OIR, PPDT, moving on to your psych test, GTO, interview, like a quick review, quick summary if you want to give to the audience, so that they know that what did you do to make a difference?
In my 7th attempt, or the consequent attempts you are talking about?
Yeah, so firstly, let's talk about the 7th attempt, final attempt, and then we will, you can tell us that where you went wrong in the first 6 attempts.
Yeah. So seventh attempt. Firstly, saying about the seventh attempt, I went back. I would like to go back to the sixth attempt. Sixth attempt, I got conference out. Though it was a very good performance, I would say on all parameters. I thought that I would get the recommendation on that part, but sorry, just a smile I could do on the in the sixth attempt. But I knew that I have performed well. I need to just replicate the same performance in the seventh attempt. Just what I did the same in the seventh attempt was just stay calm all the time. कुछ भी हो जाए, just I need to stay calm and not get the result into my head. That is because इससे पहले I had given 6 attempts. In those 6 attempts, 4 attempts are all conference out were written वाले. जो बाकी वाले थे, एनसीसी में मेरे 2 स्क्रीन आउट थे. सो एनसीसी वाला इज very dicey, as you just mentioned, because so much of reporting and people just want to keep their points. So at that moment also, I just kept myself calm. I knew that if I get through the screening part, I can definitely make it, because I have been so much of got so much of experiences because of this selection process. I can definitely perform well. Once I got screened in, I left the result over there itself and focused on the next 4 days wala process. And most probably, I enjoyed every bit of those 4 days. This time, I was not competing with anyone, because in the earlier attempts, up till my fifth attempt, I realized that one thing is hampering my performance. That is my ego. I ate my ego in front of myself. Because of that, I could perform better in my sixth and the seventh attempt. Seventh attempt mein, then things got really smooth. I had a very cooperative group, very good group. In fact, many of them were in their fifth or sixth attempt, seventh attempt. Everyone was good enough in that group, I would say. And certain just here and there procedural changes required in myself. Then I thought that, yeah, I was good to go. And eventually the result turned positive for me. So that was it in a nutshell. I would like to sum it up.
Okay, so Vic, was your interview different from your previous interviews जो तुमने अभी तक दिए? कुछ इस बार, when did you thought कि इस बार I'll make it? Was there a feeling throughout the 5 days कि यार इस बार हो जाएगा?
Sorry, I'm laughing for this thing. ऐसा तो हर बार कोई सब सोच के जाते हैं कि इस बार हो ही जाएगा, इस बार हो ही जाएगा. इस बार मैं कुछ नहीं सोचा, क्योंकि मैं अच्छा अटेम्प्ट दे आ रहा हूँ, लेकिन मेरा हो नहीं रहा है. मैंने सोचा इस बार भी निकलना तो है ही. इस बार के इंटरव्यू में, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट ओनली द स्पेसिफिकली द इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस, मतलब इंटरव्यू आयोगा जो होता है, it only went for 15 minutes. Only
Just for
15
15
minutes, I
minutes.
would say. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay, I think we would
average
all
time
like to know क्या हुआ उस 15 मिनट में.
15 मिनट में कुछ नहीं हुआ. मैं अंदर आया, सर ने बेसिक क्वेश्चंस, कैसा लगा, क्या डिफरेंट है यहाँ वहाँ. देन CIQs 4 to 5, and most probably no cross questioning. That was the interesting part. No cross questioning this time, because इससे पहले FCAT के इंटरव्यू में गया था, 1.5 hour का इंटरव्यू चला था. 2 interviewers, constant grilling. Like one was giving fire from this side. So once this interviewer was quiet, this interviewer started, and both of them were ready with a barrage of questions. Like how artillery shell start होता है ना, यहाँ से LMG fire आ रहा है, यहाँ से MMG fire आ रहा है. That's it. It was such a big minefield at that point in FCAT. यहाँ पर things were so easy and so comfortable, because see, if something's very dicey for something, yeah, ये बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है इसका मतलब, because I am giving good answers, that's why I'm getting over here. But in a 15-minute interview, you don't know what's happening, because
Exactly.
situation can be you are in or out. Only 2 probabilities.
आई थिंक वो जो 15 मिनट का इंटरव्यू, क्योंकि हमको आदत नहीं होती है 15 मिनट्स के इंटरव्यू की, तो वो 15 मिनट्स के इंटरव्यू के बाद काफी ज्यादा लग रहा होगा ना कि मेरा तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला.
मैं इतना सोचा नहीं, मैंने इतना ही सोच लिया, अभी हो गया 15 मिनट, चलो. I can't depend on this 15 minutes, so I have to think about the next day. GTO पे चला गया and I left everything. कुछ नहीं मन में रखना मुझे. I don't want to
That's, I
keep
think that is
anything
the
in my
most
head.
important point कि एक जो टेस्ट हो गया, you have to move on. You cannot just stick on one place.
Right.
और एक टेस्ट में भी आपके हिसाब से अच्छा नहीं भी हुआ, So just leave it there and go on. You don't know, you are not the one who are judging, who are the judges there. So I think let it be to them only.
That's correct. That's correct.
So have you given some written attempts before this SSB, or was it,
Yeah,
how was it?
I've given. I've cat thrice and I've cleared thrice. I've given CDS 5 times and I've cracked it twice. I have given NDA but couldn't crack even once. Then I've also given IB also because that's part of the security. So
Mm-hmm.
वो भी try किया है उसमें भी कुछ luck नहीं लगा. So only AFCAT CDS have been generous on me on this part, but else these are the written attempts which I have given and these were the results.
Okay, so do you have any suggestion for the audience about how should they go about the examination? कि किस तरीके से, क्योंकि आज भी
About the
अभी बहुत
written part?
recently result आया है. Yeah, for the written.
Yeah.
So recently
Okay.
result is out
So
and people are very stressed. How should
yeah.
they proceed and everything? So do you have any suggestions?
Okay. My suggestion would be that keep trying always and keep rectifying your mistakes so that you don't repeat those mistakes afterwards. It's acceptable to fail, but it's not acceptable to repeat the same mistakes which led to your failures. That's what the same advice would be to all of them who are applying, and never give up. Please keep trying. Someday the luck will shine upon you and you'll rise and shine to the occasion.
That is
That
so
would
true.
be
That is
the
so true. I think we हम उधर ही battle हार जाते हैं जब हम give up कर देते हैं कि यार हमारे तो बस की नहीं है. But it is just one step away. Or maybe आपने revision नहीं किया या आपने PYQs नहीं लगाए, and it is just a step away. And next time you do it, and you are there. So
yeah,
yeah.
that's correct.
Hmm. So I wanted to ask, आपने कहीं से guidance लिया? How did you got through SSB? How did Shaurya Vivek help you? How did Sanjay sir, Diya ma'am help you in the journey of your interview or the whole SSB process?
Okay, so this process, first of all, there was Saga course which I went through, then process to recommendation, and again Saga 2.0. Everything helped me to understand the basic process of Solil K and self introspection with the help of Gita, which is the baseline of the idea of the armed forces, and that's the ideology what we follow in the armed forces as well. Sir also took genesis of his SSB process from there itself. So that helped me undergo a significant change inside my personality that helped me reshape my thought process. So this was how Sanjay sir helped me. Along with that, I had other mentors as well with the help of the Telegram groups and all, like Shikhar sir, Pankaj sir, everyone was there with me. So I would like to say that because it's not the only picture what I'm presenting in front of me, it's to make a wonderful picture. The behind the process, there's a lot of persons involved in that. It's because of all these persons and me as a screenplayer or a screenwriter who has performed this beautiful picture out here or a silhouette out here. It's because of those persons in the back which has led to this beautiful performances on the front. So this is these are the people, or these are the mentors, or I would say things which helped me out in my preparation.
That is so great. Abhi, you were talking about solid K and self introspection. Can you just in brief tell people what exactly solid K is and how it helped you?
To say about Solil K, it's just I wrote 10 things, 10 reasons why the SSB shouldn't recommend me. And
Nice.
that is what my weaknesses are. That is what my weaknesses are. And to every weakness, to counter, there is a strength. Now comes in the part why the SSB should recommend me. With the help of the should, I would defeat the should nots. This is what Solil K is. And root cause of why this should not recommend me has its genesis from is the root cause analysis which I did. Like for example, if I am not physically fit enough, what is the reason behind me being physically fit enough? If I can do certain things to clarify that, if I can do certain procedural changes inside my routine so that I could help myself to be a better person, to be a better man. This is what in brief Solilk and self introspection is. And not only in this process of SSB, but in process of life, this helps us in all aspects, I would like to say.
I think very beautifully put forward that he just took up a piece of paper and he wrote why the SSB should not recommend him. And I think ये सबसे आसान तरीका है अपनी वीकनेस जानने का कि आपको क्यों कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ना ले। जब आपके पास एक वो लिस्ट बन जाती है तो वेरी इजीली आप उस लिस्ट को काउंटर करने के लिए अपने लिए एक गुड लिस्ट टू डू लिस्ट बना सकते हो and you can fulfill the parameters you are lacking in and you can start working on it. So I think I've got enough from your. I think the people are have taken their insights from your experience. Do you have any last suggestions or words or ideas for people who are still pursuing and who wants to join the forces?
Okay, so that's a very good question and a question which is related to my heart as well, because someday I was on the other side of the line.
Exactly.
Post my seventh attempt, I would say. The only thing which made me drive was I would set an example for my family and for the future coming generations that if I give up at this point of time, definitely people won't be motivated to join. And I'm the first generation officer. I would be the first generation officer in the Indian Army. So that was the great privilege which I got. And everyone, people from all walks of life, in whatever profession they would like to go, one thing should be common in them, that is they shouldn't be giving up. Because see, these are lines from somewhere I have listened, but these lines contain a lot of meaning in them. Like for example, most of the entrepreneurs, most of the successful people have a lot of sub phrases or catchphrases inside their biographies, like against the odds, then exploring uncharted territories, then shot in the dark. There are only one thing common in them, that is they never gave up any point of time. Even our life is same. Even our life is same as them. They have also 24 hours, we have also 24 hours. They have two eyes, two legs, two hands, two arms, everything what we have they also have. The only thing which makes one person different from another is the mindset and the attitude. And this is what I would like to advise. We need to work hard all the time, and we need to stand up and to live up to our expectation and enjoy life as well, because this is not the only thing which would define our character at the end. It's also us and only us and our mindset which would shape our character and shape our life. That's it.
Very true.
From my
Very
side.
true. I think that is very important. Joydeep has listed that he was once on the other side of the window, and matlab, never giving up is the key. The moment you give up, I think not just for the family and the people around you, for you yourself, you start feeling low. तुम अपना आप के लिए सोचने लगते हो कि आप अपने आप को ही अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट बना देते हो. दैट इज व्हाट आई बिलीव दैट व्हेन यू लूज इट, व्हेन यू गिव अप, you're not just giving it once but you're giving it for every another time. जहां पे भी आप किसी प्रॉब्लम में फंसोगे, you will think that giving up is the easier option. एक बस लास्ट क्वेश्चन आई वुड लाइक टू केटर टू. बहुत सारे बच्चों को ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत हाईली अकेडमिकली इंटेलिजेंट होना चाहिए आपको टू ज्वाइन दी फोर्सेस. व्हाट इज योर सजेशन एंड योर आइडिया, और what do you think? Is it true or is it not? I think you would like
to that. I would to say to this question, I would like to say I'm not academically gifted enough. See, I've got good marks in standard 10. That गिर के आ जाता है 65 in my 12th and 60% barely minimum first class in my graduation school. So it's not a genius to go. It's only time and constant efforts which leads to greater successes. That's what is more important. We need to look forward to, and the constant process of self-development. I highly idolize Phoenix. The Americans also do idolize Phoenix a lot because they have a history where they were backed down by the Japanese in the Second World War. Phoenix is a bird which rises from the ashes of defeat. Even we at some point get defeated, but to rise like a phoenix, we require the quality of fighting, and that's what a soldier is made up of. He never gives up at any cost of time. There are countless stories of soldiers who have always risen to the occasion when it matters the most. So we being leaders at the best organization of our country, it's important that we never give up. And again, the mindset comes into picture over here. So this is what I would like to advise, that never give up, and always, if we are academically gifted enough, it's not like that. Even Kalam sir was gifted. He made the CPSs and all, and because of that, pilots are being selected in the Air Force. But he wasn't made to the cut. But today he had a lot of hand inside the Indian Defense Program. So
Exactly.
does that make him a less person than others? I don't think so. So
So as
being
Joydeep
academic
mentioned, yeah. Yeah, please continue.
being academically gifted is not the only thing that matters in the SSB, but there are certain aspects which the selection center looks into us. If we are sitting into that criteria, definitely we would be on the other side as well.
Very true. So you, as you've seen that he scored 65, 60 percentage mark. I think that is an average marks. But again, it is not your marks that should be bigger, but your dream. आपका सपना बड़ा होना चाहिए, ना कि आपके mark. So I think that is it from our end. And अगर आपके कुछ questions हैं तो आप comment section में पूछ सकते हैं. And I will get back to Joydeep and I'll try my best कि आपको उनके answers मिल सकें. So thank you, Joydeep. I would just like to summarize your key points जो you given, that please be process oriented, result पे ध्यान ना दो और process पे दो, enjoy the process. ग्रुप एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है आपके एसएसबी में, और ग्रुप अच्छा होगा या ग्रुप बुरा होगा ये आप पर भी निर्भर करेगा, that how are you taking the group. It's not just the ग्रुप बन के अच्छा नहीं आ रहा है, वो अच्छा बन रहा है आप जैसे लोगों की वजह से. So please also focus on what you are doing in the group. एक प्रोसीजरल चेंज आपकी पर्सनालिटी में लाने की जरूरत है आपको कंटिन्यूसली, सो दैट यू आर वर्किंग ऑन इट. एंड 15 मिनट का आए हो चाहे 1 घंटे का आए हो, इट्स नॉट अबाउट द टाइम बट इट्स अबाउट द क्वालिटी जो आप आयो को डिलीवर करोगे उस इंटरव्यू में, जो आपको आगे तक लेके जाएगा. एंड वन ऑफ द वेरी मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग विच ही सेड वाज दैट इट्स नॉट bad to fail, it's bad to repeat the same mistake. So I think I would like to end my discussion here on a very good note. So thank you so much, Joydeep, for joining us and for guiding students towards a better planning about their SSB interview. Thank you, goodbye, take care.